Hello mga kapuso, ako po si Luis Manzano, ang pambansang host ni Kuya. Seryoso isipin nyo, tagal-tagal ko nang nag-host, kinakabahan ako
Yung
bago
talagang pinaka nakakaiyak sa akin is when they play Lupang Hinirang or any like the national anthem and parang matagal ko nang
Ligayang pagbabalik sa aking bahay, Luis. Ilang edisyon na ba at ilang taon na rin ang nakalipas mula?
The truth finally stepped into the light. The explosive rumor that tried to pit two of the Philippines' most recognizable personalities against each other did not just collapse, it disintegrated. Imagine this. You wake up to what should be a normal morning. You reach for your phone, still fighting sleep, expecting harmless updates. Instead, your timeline is on fire. Facebook threads are overflowing. TikTok comment sections are spiraling. X is trending with outrage. YouTube reactions are multiplying by the minute. All because of one shocking claim, that Luis Manzano publicly humiliated the rising tennis sensation Alex Eala with words so cruel they felt scripted for primetime drama. According to the viral post, Luis allegedly lashed out at Alex in front of cameras, delivering a blistering insult questioning her talent, her patriotism, and her value to the country. The quote was crafted to sting. It was written to provoke. It was engineered to trigger national pride and instant fury. And then came the hook that made the story irresistible. The post claimed Alex did not flinch. It insisted she answered with just 12 devastating words. 12 icy syllables that supposedly left Luis speechless, in tears, and walking off stage humiliated. It was cinematic. It was dramatic. It was perfectly designed for the algorithm. The internet reacted exactly as expected. Fans rushed to defend Alex. Supporters of Luis demanded receipts. Blogs scrambled to publish hot takes before verifying facts. Memes flooded timelines. Reaction videos popped up within hours. People chose sides as if this were a championship final. But there was one massive problem. None of it happened. Not the insult. Not the confrontation. Not the 12 mysterious words. Not the tears. The entire narrative was fabricated from start to finish. The source? A Facebook page called Flow Tennis, presenting itself as a tennis-focused platform but operating with zero journalistic integrity. The page packaged fiction with just enough believable detail to trick casual scrollers into hitting share without hesitation. The timing was no coincidence. The rumors surfaced while Alex was competing in high-profile tournaments like the Australian Open and the Abu Dhabi Open, moments when public attention around her was already heightened. Emotional investment was high. Pride was strong. Outrage was easy to spark. Fake news thrives in emotionally charged environments, and this was a calculated detonation. But what the creators of the hoax failed to anticipate was Luis Manzano's response. He did not ignore it. He did not issue a bland PR statement. On the 11th of February 2026, he went directly to his official Facebook page, posted a screenshot of the fabricated story, and publicly exposed it. His response was sharp, confident, and unmistakably direct. In a few words, he signaled that legal consequences could follow. It was not just a denial, it was a warning. And the internet paid attention. By making the correction as visible as the lie, Luis flipped the script. Instead of allowing the rumor to fade quietly, he dragged it into daylight and dismantled it publicly. That move mattered. Because fake news relies on silence. It survives when victims hope it disappears on its own. Luis chose confrontation instead. And in doing so, he protected not just himself, but Alex as well. But here is where the situation becomes more disturbing. This was not an isolated attempt. Just weeks earlier, respected journalist Mel Tiangco faced a nearly identical scenario. False posts circulated, claiming she had criticized Alex. Once again, outrage was manufactured. Once again, fans were baited into anger. And once again, the targeted personality had to publicly deny words they never said. When you examine these incidents together, a pattern emerges. Alex's name is being used as clickbait currency. Different public figures are rotated into fictional conflicts with her to keep engagement high and controversy alive. It is a strategy built entirely on exploitation. And the most uncomfortable truth is this. It works because people share first and verify later. Every repost without fact checking fuels the machine. Every angry comment boosts the algorithm. Most people who shared the story likely did so out of genuine protectiveness toward Alex. That instinct is admirable. But when emotion outruns verification, even good intentions become ammunition for misinformation. The deeper cost is harder to measure. Even after a rumor is debunked, the original lie lingers in the minds of those who saw it but never saw the correction. Fake news moves fast. Truth moves carefully. By the time facts arrive, reputational damage may already be done. And while all this chaos unfolded online, Alex herself was focused elsewhere on her career, her training, and her climb through the professional ranks. Born on the 23rd of May 2005, in Manila, she pursued development at the prestigious Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, an institution known for shaping elite competitors. She announced herself globally by winning the girls' singles title at the French Open in 2021, becoming the first Filipino to capture a junior Grand Slam singles crown. That victory was not hype. It was proof. Since then, she has battled through the unforgiving gauntlet of the WTA Tour, facing opponents backed by powerful national systems and lifelong training infrastructures. And through it all, she carries not only her own ambitions but the pride of a nation watching her every serve. That is pressure few truly understand. Yet, instead of being distracted, her trajectory has continued upward. At the start of January 2026, she was ranked 49 inches the world. Weeks later, she climbed to a career-high ranking of 40. Top 40 on the planet. While trolls manufactured drama, she was manufacturing results. While fake pages chased clicks, she chased improvement. And that is where the real story lives. While the digital noise tried to drown out reality, the real narrative kept building momentum on the court. The difference between manufactured chaos and measurable achievement could not have been clearer. As fabricated confrontations circulated online, Eala was stepping into arenas that define careers, testing herself against athletes who have spent a lifetime preparing for moments exactly like these. This is what often gets lost in the social media storm. Professional tennis at the highest level is not a weekly hobby. It is a relentless examination of physical durability, emotional control, and tactical intelligence. Every tournament entry represents years of sacrifice. Every ranking point is earned through battles that stretch bodies and minds to their limits. And in early 2026, Alex was not shrinking from that examination, she was embracing it. Her appearance at the Australian Open marked another milestone in a journey that continues to gather force. Competing on one of the sport's most prestigious stages is not simply about surviving early rounds. It is about absorbing the environment, understanding the pace, reading opponents who have already proven themselves elite. The hard courts of Melbourne demand precision and resilience. For a rising player, each rally becomes data. Each set becomes education. Each match becomes a stepping stone towards something larger. What separates athletes who plateau from those who ascend is how they process those experiences. Alex has shown a pattern of learning forward. After every appearance, there is visible refinement, sharper shot selection, improved composure under pressure, smarter point construction. That is development in real time. The same applies to her participation in the Abu Dhabi Open. Events like these are not ceremonial stops on the calendar. They are battlegrounds filled with competitors fighting for ranking stability and upward mobility. The margins are razor thin. A single break of serve can tilt momentum. A brief lapse in focus can decide an entire afternoon. Yet Alex continues to demonstrate that she belongs in these exchanges. She is not overwhelmed by the spotlight. She is calibrating herself within it. And the numbers validate the progress. Climbing from world number 49 to world number 40 inches, a matter of weeks, is not cosmetic. It reflects consistent point accumulation, sustained competitiveness, and the ability to convert opportunities. In the ecosystem of the WTA Tour, moving 9 spots inside the top 50 is a significant achievement. It signals credibility. It signals danger to opponents. It signals that the climb is active, not hypothetical. Consider the broader landscape. The Top 40 Inches Women's Tennis is an exclusive club composed of athletes representing countries with massive developmental pipelines. Nations like the United States, Spain, and others have decades of institutional investment behind their players. Alex's path required carving opportunity from a different context. Her development at the Rafa Nadal Academy placed her in a high-performance environment where discipline is non-negotiable and standards are relentless. That foundation is visible in her footwork patterns, her rally tolerance, her competitive temperament. These qualities do not emerge by accident. They are forged. And while the off-court rumor mill attempted to create fictional weakness, her on-court performances displayed genuine strength. It is also important to remember the historical weight she carries. When she captured the junior singles crown at the French Open in 2021, she did more than win a trophy. She shifted perception. She demonstrated that a Filipino player could stand atop a Grand Slam podium. That breakthrough altered expectations. It expanded imagination. With that expansion came responsibility not imposed by her directly, but naturally formed by public hope. Every young athlete representing a nation in a globally dominated sport understands this dynamic. Pride fuels support. Support fuels scrutiny. Scrutiny amplifies everything, including rumors. That is why the fake news episodes matter beyond their immediate absurdity. They add unnecessary emotional weight to an already demanding journey. But here is what stands out. There has been no visible derailment. No public distraction. No retaliatory spirals. Instead, Alex continues speaking the language that athletes understand best: preparation, competition, progression. In interviews, her tone remains composed. She acknowledges disappointment when it exists, but she frames it as information, not identity. That psychological framing is powerful. Losses are reframed as lessons. Victories are treated as checkpoints, not final destinations. This is how sustainable careers are built. Meanwhile, the broader lesson from the Luis Manzano controversy lingers as a cautionary tale about digital ecosystems. When Luis Manzano publicly dismantled the fabricated quote attached to his name, he demonstrated the importance of swift visibility in combating misinformation. His decision to confront, rather than quietly dismiss, shifted the narrative arc. It also highlighted how quickly reputations can be entangled without consent. The earlier denial by Mel Tiangco reinforced that pattern. Two respected figures forced to reject words they never uttered, all because engagement metrics reward outrage more than accuracy. For Alex, the silver lining lies in perspective. Athletes at the highest level inevitably attract noise. The measure of longevity is not the absence of that noise, but the ability to filter it. And based on trajectory, she appears focused on controllables. Serve percentage, return depth, conditioning cycles, match analysis. That is where progress lives. If we strip away every headline and return to fundamentals, the arc is undeniable. A Manila-born athlete rising through international ranks. A junior Grand Slam champion transitioning into consistent professional presence. A ranking climb that places her inside the top 40 worldwide before her 21st birthday. These are not accidental statistics. They are markers of disciplined ambition. The irony is almost poetic. While certain pages attempted to script drama for clicks, Alex was scripting something far more durable: a career defined by upward movement. The scoreboard does not care about fabricated quotes. Rankings are immune to viral fiction. Performance remains the ultimate rebuttal. And as the 2026 season unfolds, the trajectory suggests that her ceiling has not yet been reached. There will be tougher draws. There will be breakthrough wins. There will be inevitable setbacks, because that is the structure of professional sport. But if early indicators are reliable, the pattern favors persistence. The real story is not a fictional microphone moment. It is a young competitor learning how to navigate elite tennis while carrying national expectation with steady hands. That is more compelling than any staged confrontation could ever be. In the end, misinformation burns fast and fades faster. Achievement builds slowly and lasts longer. One chases reaction, the other earns respect. And as the dust settles from a scandal that never truly existed, the focus returns where it belongs: to the court, to the rankings, to the quiet accumulation of progress. Because long after the comment sections move on to their next manufactured outrage, the record will show something undeniable. Eala kept climbing.